Here's your first ever 365 days of weather. I think that's gonna be possible that if we go all the way to December, I don't know, maybe. I think we'll just end around like mid of December 2023. We still don't know when the date is out, but we still have to see when it will stop. And then next season, now will just come back. And by the way, with Dora extremely intensifying, incredibly now have a comeback with a Category 4 status with 150 mile per hour winds, and could likely become a Category 5. Looks like a 50-50 shot, and could have a possible hit in Hawaii around weak Category 1 status or tropical storm status, or sometimes or like be a tropical cyclone and then hit Hawaii. I don't know whether it will just hit the international dateline and may become another Western Pacific storm. I don't know. Is this a John A. look-like thing? Because John was a Category 5. He was a Category 5 by the time he was in Hawaii, and he crossed the international dateline when he was still a Category 1. I think Category 5 thinking, and he got back to the Eastern Pacific, and just dissipated. But let's head to the models we have. Currently, you have a satellite imagery of Hurricane Dora, a look like a tiny storm, but much powerful. We see with our eye right there, a good look with the storm. I don't know whether we become a Category 5 status. Maybe if it weakens, maybe it could become larger. But thanks to the backup of sea surface temperatures that are really high enough for this storm, I think it will be possibly becoming a Category 5 hurricane, and might be the first ever Category 5 hurricane in the Eastern Pacific this year. And it might be possible to ever be the fourth ever tropical cyclone to ever be a Category 5 this year. I don't know if we ever had a Category 5. Firstly, it was Cyclone Freddy, but it was not in there. But it was not there, and it was apparently like last year, so we'll not count that anyway. But I don't know whether it was become a Category 5. I don't know, but I'll just count that as like a non-peak Category 5 cyclone. So the first we had is Cyclone Freddy, apparently around formed in February 2023, had the Category 5 winds of 175 miles per hour. Pressure estimated at 890 millibars. And the one was next. I think it's Herman. Herman is like a Category 5. It's like an NP Category 4 status. So I don't know whether. So next is Typhoon Mawar, which is the no wait it's Cyclone Mocha. Cyclone Mocha is basically a Category 5 who formed in the Bay of Bengal that had to become a extremely intensifying Category 5 status, 165 miles per hour, 940 millibars. That's my analysis, by the way, and made a landfall, also a Category 5 status, I think at around still 160 or 165. Then quickly dissipated in a few hours, and quite devastating for the Bangladesh people, or basically Indian people from basically small provinces. But next is Typhoon Mawar, which is the strongest storm this year, and with winds of 185 miles per hour and a pressure estimate at 897 millibars, the strongest ever storm to ever hit Guam in a few decades, ever more, and is tied with Super Typhoon Yutu, who was completely tied with Mawar based on the winds and the location on its first landfall. Apparently, Mawar Mawar and U2 had two landfalls. The one had in Philippines and the one had in the Japanese islands, I think in the Ryukyu Islands. And one is in Cagayan Valley or Aurora. I think U2 was a Category 1 or Category 2 status. The U2 was back in 2018. And then 5 years later, this is a look-like storm. And this will be the fourth Category 5 storm, I don't know. With sea surface temperature starting with the Eastern Pacific, quite like 35 degrees Celsius, quite very hot in that. And in the Eastern Pacific, quite okay around 33 degrees in the near Mexico. Then the others are like 29 to 28 degrees. I think Dora formed around right here and could possibly go southwest through all of these sea surface temperatures, or Dora can easily go to the yellow zones, and the green zones might weaken a bit, but with the lower sea surface temperatures, I think it would just possibly be getting a lot of pressure and winds, and it could possibly make a landfall at a Category 1 status. In the Western Pacific, of course, it has a lot of purple and pink, around 30 to 32 degrees Celsius. The one in the South China Sea are around 34 degrees. In the Indian Ocean, of course, you can see closer in the Arabian Sea, more than 37 degrees Celsius, the hottest ever seen in recorded history. And you can see the rest of the Indian Ocean, not quite okay, but very okay for the weather, 24 to 29 degrees Celsius. It's a little bit of 30 degrees there. And the South Pacific Ocean, no, Indian Ocean, and quite like around 26 to 22 degrees. In Australian region, 27 to 26 degrees, and South Pacific, 28 to 20 degrees Celsius. For computer models, of course, Dora makes a west side, cannot possibly make a landfall in Hawaii, and just weakening until the international dateline. Another storm you see, quite a tropical storm, quite not strong but dissipates, just a short-lived storm, could not possibly be a hurricane. And you can see right here another cyclone which hits the Guatemala, which hits I think southeast Mexico possibly. And the storm could possibly affect the Guatemala regions and the Mexico regions, southern Mexico regions. Okay. For a total acclimated pressure, you can see right there with the donut with a long line. That's how large amount of rains it has. Apparently, like 5, kindly around 5 inches of water. Then that next system could have around 5 to 6 inches of water. Then the next one basically have basically 16 inches of rain. And if you guessed it, you can show that the information of Hurricane Florida around 125 knots, 942 millibars, 10 millimeters of maximum wind, 64 knot wind by quadrant, around 20 northwest, then around. And here's the National Hurricane Center's track of Hurricane Dora. will go southwest in the next few days. Around goes west as a weak hurricane. And currently no warnings are affected if the next few days are here. There's day 13, that's right here. Day 45 is right here. And for the taste sports for women basketball, for Jana Nolto comes first in the top scorer race. FIFA 2023 FIFA Women's Acrobatics comes from great scoring performance, but Jana Nolto emerged at the top. Next, with Ononko's team, the Tissot BNPP after helping Nigeria to the 2023 Women Afro Basket title. Ononko headlined all tournament team alongside Sierra Dillard Senegal, Dana Otto Uganda, Seneca in Mali, and Tamar Sarda Mozambique. Host Mount Meridina with a thriller cruising first shine for Germany, Lithuania. Host North Korea prevailing at 3 on the opening day on the FIFA U16 European Championship 2023, while Argentina grabbed a tough win in Spain. Germany rolled. Mission accomplished. Lombard, Denmark locked up the final spot for the Eurobasket 2025 qualifiers. Denmark competed the 32-team field basketball Eurobasket 2025 qualifiers, while locking up the final spot for the 3 qualifiers. National presentation of Beyond 365 Days of Weather was made possible by Bichico viewers like you. Thank you.